So let us start with the approach which is termed as MM approach. As I told you, this approach is derived by Modi, Giuliani, Miller. Now before starting it, let me first revise net operating income approach. NOI, net operating income approach. For A Limited, which is unlevered, unlevered is no debt. For B Limited, which is levered. What I am doing? I am writing an assumption of no tax. So let us do it in two manners. MM approach, no tax and with tax. As far as net operating income approach is concerned, it was always without the tax. You will not find any question of net operating income with the tax. It is always without tax. So let us take an example where two companies EBIT are same. 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh rupees. Here there is interest of 0. Interest of 30,000. This is EBT 1 lakh 70,000. KO, as I have told you, what does net operating income approach says? The KO will remain same because as the debt increases, KD is less than KE, so overall cost should reduce. But as the risk is increasing, the expectation of equity shareholders will increase, and so KO will increase, and that will be offset, and KO will remain same. And it is 12%, say in both the case. So, as here is no debt in A Limited, which is levered unlevered firm, KE will also be 12% and KD will be 0% because there is no debt. Here, say interest rate is 10%. So 3 lakh rupees borrowed at the rate of 10%, the interest will be 30,000. What will be KD? 10% into 1 minus T. Why 1 minus T? Because we need to take after tax cost whenever we do cost of debt. Sir, in equity dividend is not tax deductible, so we don't do 1 minus T, concept of cost of capital. But here we are assuming no tax. So what we write down, KD will be is equal to 10%. 10% into 1 minus 0 is 10 multiplied by 1, which will be 10%. How we find out KE in this case? Please try to concentrate. First we find out value of a firm. What will be value of unlevered firm? Try to concentrate. What is the value of unlevered firm? Which will be 1 lakh rupees divided by 12%. 1 lakh divided by 12%. 8,33,333. Value of a firm is 8,33,333. Now, as we have learned, value of firm will remain same in net operating income approach, or 1 lakh divided by 12% again will be 8,33,333. What is value of debt? 0. Here it is 3 lakhs or 30,000 divided by 10%, or we are already knowing 3 lakh multiplied by 10% was 30,000. So what will be value of equity? Here 8,33,333 and here 5,33,333. What will be this? KE. How to find out KE? Earnings available to equity shareholders divided by value of equity. If you will find out in this case, unlevered case, it will come to 12%. Because if KO is 12% and there is no debt, then average will be 12%, overall cost of capital will be 12%. Here, if I want to find out KE, how I can find out KE is earnings available to equity shareholders 70,000 divided by 5,33,333. 70,000 divided by 5,33,330, which is 13.125%. 13.125%. This is net operating income approach, which we have learned. As the debt will increase, KO should reduce, but as KE will increase, overall cost will be same and value of firm will be same. KO will remain same, value of firm will remain same, but as it happens because KE is increasing, and on the other hand, because of increasing debt, the KO should reduce, and this is offsetting each other. This is net operating income approach. Concentrate. Approach is extension of net operating income approach. Approach is just an extension. The answer should remain same. Concentrate. A, B. Because both says the same thing, irrelevance approach. Whenever there is a text, they specifically says there is an irrelevance approach. Unlevered. Let me write down the basic data which is already available. EBIT 1 lakh. 1 lakh. I'll have to change. Let me change the color. This is MM. I am solving it by MM. Minus interest 0, 30,000. This will be 1 lakh. This will be 70,000. This is EBT. As there is no tax, this will remain EBT. What we do is we first find out answer of unlevered firm. Unlevered firm, KO is 12%, KE is 12%, and KD is 0%. Value of firm will be 8,33,333. Value of debt is 0. Value of equity is 8,33,333, and KE will remain 12%. Alright. How to find out the value of levered firm, or how to find out the benefit because there is a leverage? Because there is a leverage, how to find out benefit? See, this both companies are same, just B is levered. MM says you can find out your KE by using the formula KE of a levered firm will be is equal to KE of levered firm will be is equal to KO of unlevered firm plus ratio between debt and equity and the premium of KO minus K. How to find out KE of levered firm in our case? Second formula, let us first understand second formula for MM, which says value of a firm, which is levered firm, is equal to value of firm, which is unlevered firm. This happens only when there is no taxation. When there is no taxation, this will happen. So, can I take value of firm as the same of levered firm? Because otherwise both are same. 8,33,333. What is the value of debt? 3 lakhs. What is the value of equity then? 5,33,333. What is KO? That we'll find out. First, let me go to this. I was on this side. You should have told me, but it is alright. This is 8,33,333. So this also remains same. By which formula? This formula. As if there are no taxation, value of levered firm and unlevered firm are same. Again, irrelevance approach. So I have got answer of value of firm. KO, I will find out. KE, there is a formula for finding out KE. Let me do it. There is a formula for finding out KE, which says KE of a levered firm is equal to KO of unlevered firm. What was KO of unlevered firm? 12%. KO or KE of unlevered firm is always same. So it will be 12%. Plus debt upon equity. What is debt? In levered case, debt is 3 lakhs upon 5.33 lakhs. KO. What is KO? Now there is a problem. Why? Because KO is not directly available. KO is available, not available, not available. But KO can be found out. Are we having value of firm? Yes. Are we having EBIT? Yes. EBIT and value of firm are same in both the case. So KO will be also 12%. KO is 12% minus KD is 10%, which is 3%. What is the answer of this? In our case is 3 divided by 5.33 multiplied by 2 plus 12, which is 13.125. Which is 13.12. If you will see the answer, answer of KE under both the scenario is the same. Whether it is approach or net operating income approach, when there are no taxes, just finding out KE by approach is a different manner, and finding out KE in net operating income approach is simple. But still the answer of KE will remain 13.125%. So whether you follow net operating income or whether you follow Modigliani-Miller approach, what is the answer of KE is 13.125%. Now, when should be used when there is no taxation? When we have done one question, when debt equity ratio is given, and we'll be doing that particular question again also. Right. So here KE is 13.125% and KO still remains 12%, 10%. Again, the same concept as of net operating income approach. As the debt proportion increases, the value of firm remains the same because debt is cheaper than equity. Agreed. but the risk will also increase and this will offset each other and value of firm will remain same. Irrelevance approach, this was derived by Modi, Gillian and Miller, and two relevant formulas. KE is equal to KO plus D upon E, KO 1 minus KD, and value of firm is equal to value of firm, whether they are levered or unlevered. KO, it is found out by net. All right, let me also find out this. KO is KE of unlevered firm I don't know what is happening. KO is equal to KE of unlevered firm plus it is multiplied by debt upon debt plus equity. Let me find out by this formula whether I will be getting correct KO or not. What is KE of unlevered firm is 12%. No, sorry. This formula is applicable only when there is a tax rate. Extremely sorry. All right. So let us summarize this two formula. We can find out KE. We can find out value of firm. The answer will be absolutely same as in net operating income approach. There is nothing different, just the formula is different or way of presentation is different. This yields the same answer with a different formula. Sir, then why we are learning it if in the question only debt equity ratio is given? Or number two, this is very much helpful when you want to learn along with taxation, Modi, Gillian, Miller approach. So let us learn with the tax. So this became very famous in 1950 and so they came up in 1960 with the taxation. Now we cannot do with the taxation net operating income approach because we have practically not learned it. But let us try out whether the answers are same or not if we convert that not net operating income approach into that taxation option. The formula will somewhat change, that I will be telling you. Again, two companies, A Limited, B Limited, having EBIT of 1 lakh minus interest of 0, 30,000. I'm taking same question. EBT is 1 lakh 70,000 minus tax with the tax of 40%. T is 40%. So this will be 40,000. This will be 28,000. This will be 60,000. This will be 42,000, which is nothing but earnings available to equity share KO again is 12%. What is KO of B Limited? I am not writing it down. It will not remain same. Now MM with tax is a relevance approach. So even KO will not remain same, even value of firm will not remain same. But let me find out value of a firm of A. Let me write down other things also. KE will be 12% because KD is 0%. Concentrate how to find out value of a firm. We will have to somewhat modify the formula. What was the formula that we were using for finding out value of firm? Will be is equal to EBIT upon KO. Concentrate. Why we were taking EBIT? Because it considers interest also, it considers earnings available to equity shareholders. Concentrate over here. What we were considering? EBIT. EBIT considers earnings available to equity shareholders, and EBIT also considers this interest. Let me change the color. This interest and earnings available to equity shareholders. Because we are talking about firm, not about equity and debt. So this two answers, 30,000 and 70,000 is nothing but 1 lakh. But now we are having taxation and net operating income does not uses that particular taxation. Then how to find out value of firm? Try to concentrate. Here value of firm will be EBIT but post taxation. So had your profit been this and your tax is this, then this is termed as a post-tax EBIT. See, because EBIT is not given to debenture holders, is not given to equity shareholders, is not given to preference shareholders. It is outside expenditure. So it is as good as salary. So you are not considering salary anywhere over here. So you should not consider even taxation. So I have taken post-tax EBIT. What will be post-tax EBIT? EBIT, that is 1 lakh into 1 minus 0.40, which will be 60,000, which will be nothing but this figure. All right. So this is 60,000. What will be value of firm? EBIT 1 minus T, 60,000 upon KO. KO is 12%. 60,000 divided by 12 multiplied by 100, which is 5 lakhs. So value of firm is 5 lakhs. Value of equity is also 5 lakhs. Because value of debt is 0. Because value of debt is 0. Now, this was looking like net operating income approach. But understand, we have not found out KO by net operating income approach because there is a concept of taxation. Concentrate over here now. I am putting this as one of the formula for when the tax rate is given. You can find out value of firm by this formula. Value of firm of B Limited, so will be 5 lakhs rupees. The answer is no. This you can take 5 lakh only when it is irrelevance approach. I am telling you MM approach with taxation is relevance approach, which says value of a firm which is levered firm is equal to value of firm which is unlevered firm plus something. So value of a risky firm is always higher than value of non-risky firm. How much higher? The tax benefit on that. your debenture is say 3 lakhs, then tax benefit on that debt is nothing but how much value will be higher. Once again, it is tax benefit on debt and not tax benefit on interest. We are having value of unlevered similar firm, yes, which is 5 lakhs. We are having value of debt. Let me do the calculation over here. Value of unlevered firm 5 lakhs. Are we having value of debt? Yes, 3 lakhs. We know over here value of debt is 3 lakhs. Multiplied by tax rate is 0.40. This will be 1,20,000, so this will be 6,20,000, which will be nothing but value of firm. All of you understand? This is irrelevance approach. As you are increasing the debt proportion, the risk is increasing, the value of firm is also increasing. Value of equity, we will find out by another formula when there is a taxation. It somewhat remains the same. KE is equal to KE of levered firm is equal to KO of unlevered firm plus debt upon equity KO minus KD, and as there is a taxation, 1 minus T is multiplied over here to find out KE. What is the answer of KO of unlevered firm? Let me calculate it over here. KO of unlevered firm is 12% plus debt upon equity. Equity are we having? Yes, this will be 3,20,000. Agreed? If value of firm is 6,20,000 and value of debt is 3 lakhs, then value of equity will be 3,20,000. So it will be 3 lakh divided by 3,20,000. Yes. 3 lakh divided by 3,20,000. KO is 12%. Same figure. Minus KD. Now understand, here you don't need to do 1 minus T. Even if there is taxation, they are already doing it. 1 minus T in premium. So here I'll be taking 10% and not 6%. Into 1 minus T. 0.60. 1 minus T is 1 minus 0.40 is equal to 0.60. What is KE? 3 divided by 3.2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 0.6 plus 12, 13.125. What is KE? 13.125%. We need to find out KO, but what is KD? KD is a 10% into 1 minus 0.40, which is 6%. This is normal cost of capital. We need to find out KO. Now KO, there is a formula for it as far as the calculation in Modigliani-Miller approach is concerned. And what is KO cost rate? KO is nothing but KO of levered firm is nothing but KE of unlevered multiplied by 1 minus T multiplied by D upon D plus E. Let me find out in our case. KE of unlevered is 12%. You can even take KO of unlevered because KE and KO of unlevered are same. multiplied by 1 minus tax rate is 0.40 multiplied by, what is that? 3 lakh divided by debt plus equity is 6.2 lakhs. I am cancelling lakhs because they are numerator and denominator. So what is KO in our case is 3 divided by 6.2 multiplied by 0.4 minus 1, it is 0.80, so it will be 12.08%. Yes, it's 12.08%. What is KO? Is a 12.08%. Alright. Sir, these formulas are weird and we need to learn this. Yes, if you want to follow Modigliani-Miller approach. Believe me, these are not new formulas. The answers are coming same as we were getting in net operating income approach. Let me prove this KE. How we found out KE in net operating income approach? It was earnings available to equity shareholders divided by value of equity. What was earnings available to equity shareholders in our case? 42,000 divided by value of equity is 3,20,000. So 42,000 divided by 3,20,000 is 13.125. So then why to use this formula? Because this is applicable when only that particular point are given. Say ratio between debt and equity is given, then this formula will be useful. Please concentrate, the answer comes the same. Let me find out KO. How we find out KO? KO can be found out by EBIT divided by value of firm. What is EBIT? 1 lakh. Now, you cannot take 1 lakh over here because there is taxation. Let me get some space of it. KO is equal to EBIT upon value of firm. But here you cannot take EBIT, you will have to take EBIT into 1 minus T. See, whenever we have learned this formula, we have assumed there is no taxation. So whenever there is taxation, you need to multiply 1 minus T. What is EBIT into 1 minus T is 60,000. What is value of firm in our case? 6,20,000. 60,000 divided by 6,20,000 is 9 point. I'm making some mistake. AD 60,000 divided by the answer should be C. Uh, 1 lakh divided by 6,20,000 AO B just a minute. This will be 60,000 divided by 0.120. I think this answer is incorrect. Just a minute, let me verify the answer. So where we have made the mistake over here? Exactly over here. We have done this minus, but it is, sorry, plus, but it is multiplication. So this is not a correct answer. Let me find it out again. What is this? It is 0.40 multiplied by 3 divided by 6.2 minus 1. So it is 0.80. It is not minus 0.80, but it is 0.80 multiplied by 12. It is 9.677%. 9.677%. So this answer we have written incorrect. It is 9.677%. Alright, so we were finding out KO by net operating income method in this manner. KO is equal to EBIT into 1 minus T divided by value of firm, which is nothing but 60,000 divided by 6,20,000. 60,000 divided by 6,20,000 will be nothing but 9.677%. By which approach? Net operating with tax. Net operating income never says with tax, but if it is with tax, you will have to take EBIT into 1 minus T. So this is how you find out answers in Modigliani-Miller approach, which will be exactly same as in normal case. See how I have proved it. How you find out KO? In your cost of capital, we find out KO. Here the formula is written. But what is the normal way of finding out KO? KO you find out by weighted average cost of capital, equity, debt. What is cost of equity in our case? 13.125. What is cost of debt? 6%. What is the value of equity? Value of equity is 3,20,000. Can I write 3.2 and 3? This will be 6.2. Sigma IW divided by sigma W. Let me do it in calculator. This is what I did to verify whether our answer was correct or not. 13.125 multiplied by 3.2 is equal to M plus this is 42 plus 18 divided by 6.2, which is 9.677. Are you getting it? So this is by KO, under which chapter? Cost of capital or net operating income. Net operating income, you find out KO by this method. It is 9.677. In cost of capital, you find out by this method. In Modigliani-Miller approach, you find out by this method. Ultimately, in finance, answer of KO will come same. This is weighted average cost of capital. Are you getting it? So whether it is by net operating income, whether it is by Modigliani-Miller, even if the formula is different, the answer of KO comes the same. KO cannot be different in different situation. This is approach with the taxation. So let us again revise all the formulas. Two parts. Without the tax, with the tax. Without the tax, KE is KE of levered firm is KO of unlevered firm plus debt upon equity into KO minus K. Most important, value of firm levered will be is equal to value of firm which is unlevered. with taxation, KE, same, but 1 minus T will be added. KO plus D upon E into KO minus KD. Up till this it is same. Just 1 minus T is multiplied whenever it is with the taxation. Value of firm, levered firm, is value of firm unlevered. This is the same up till this case. Plus debt multiplied by taxation. Tax benefit on debentures. And third formula was KO of levered firm can be found out by KE or KO of unlevered firm plus, sorry, it is not plus, this is what we made a mistake. It is multiplied by 1 minus in the bracket debt upon debt plus equity multiplied by tax rate. Ratio between debt and total capital multiplied by tax rate and 1 minus that bracket multiplied by KE, you will be getting answer of KO. Whenever it is with tax and whenever you want to take EBIT, you will always have to take EBIT into 1 minus T. Sir, why not in EAT? Because EAT already tax is reduced. So you don't need to once again reduce it. If you are using somewhere EAT, then in EAT, tax is already reduced. Say earnings available to equity shareholders. The tax is already reduced. Say I am finding out KE by this approach. Net operating income approach, earnings available to equity shareholders divided by value of equity. What is earnings available to equity shareholders? 42,000. Now your tax is already deducted, so you don't need to once again deduct it. Divided by value of equity is 3,20,000. This will be also 13.125%. So these are two charts. If you understand, you are halfway through with Modigliani-Miller approach. Let me solve some of the questions and then go to this. We are solving it once again. ABC Limited adopts a constant weighted average of cost of capital and believes its cost of debt is 9% and overall cost of capital is 12%. If the ratio of market value of debt and equity, it is nothing but debt divided by equity, is 0.80. Find out rate of return do equity shareholders earn. Whatever return of equity shareholders is nothing but KE. They are telling us to find out KE without a tax. Here you cannot use net operating income approach because nominal figures are not available. So you will have to use the formula which is given by MM approach, where KE will be KO of unlevered firm plus debt upon equity KO minus KD. Now, if overall cost of capital is 12% of unlevered firm, then KE of levered firm will be is equal to KO of unlevered firm. What will be KO of unlevered firm? 12%. Plus KO of unlevered as well as levered, if there is no taxation, is going to remain 12%. Plus debt upon equity is 0.80. KO minus KD will be 3%. This is 12.4%. This is found out by Modigliani-Miller approach. This is where we were stuck, and we are doing it once again. The following data relates to two companies belonging to same risk class. Expected net operating profit is EBIT 12% debt is given. This is unlevered because there is no risk. Say this. And this is levered because there is a risk. Equity capitalization rate is 18%. Determine the total market value, equity capitalization rate, weighted average cost of capital of each company, assuming no taxes as per approach. We will be using formula of approach without any taxes. This is a good question. A limited, B limited, levered, unlevered. It is always advisable to first solve unlevered. EBIT 18 lakhs minus interest 0. As there is no taxation, this is earnings available to equity shareholders. Equity capitalization rate KE is 18%. So KO will be also 18%. KD in this case is 0. So only KO is 18%. Can I find out value of equity? Yes. I will not have a space, but let me try it out. Value of firm. EBIT upon KO. Value of equity and value of firm will remain same as far as this case is concerned. So what is EBIT? 18 lakh divided by 18%. 18 lakh divided by 18%. It is 1 crore, 100 lakhs. Value of firm will be 100 lakhs. Value of debt is 0. So value of equity will be also 100 lakhs. Let me now do of levered firm. EBIT will remain 18 lakhs. Interest is 54 lakh into 12%. 54 lakh into 12% is 6 lakh 48,000. Earnings available to equity shareholders $11,52,000. Now, don't find out first KE, KO and KD. Find out value of firm because there is Modigliani-Miller approach which will give you answer of value of firm. Value of firm will be is equal to value of a firm of unlevered. So levered and unlevered are same. So value of firm also over here will be 100 lakhs. Value of debt over here is 54 lakhs. Value of equity over here will be 46 lakhs. KE, I am having a formula of KE as far as approach is concerned. Now understand the sum specifically tells me to solve it by approach. So I will have to show by approach how I have found out KE. Is KE of KO of unlevered firm plus debt upon equity into KO minus KD. KO of unlevered firm is 18%. Debt upon equity is 54 divided by 46. KO minus KD is 18 minus 12%. This is 6%. 54 divided by 46 multiplied by 6 plus 18 will be 25.04%. KE is nothing but 25.04%. What will be KD? What will be KD is KD, I can find out 12 into 1 minus T. T is 0, so it will remain 12%. What is KO? Now KO you can find out by net operating income method. Earnings, that is EBIT, sorry, KO is EBIT. Here we don't need to do 1 minus T because there is no taxation upon value of firm. What is EBIT? 18 lakhs divided by value of firm is 1 crore, which will be 18%. Modi, Giuliani, Miller. Modi, Giuliani, Miller. Without taxation is irrelevance approach. KO is remaining same. Value of firm is remaining same, and KE would be increasing. And this is the reason. And it is same approach as net operating income approach. Please concentrate. Rather than doing this formula, can any student help me out to find it out direct KE? Yes, anyone? By net operating income approach, how you find out KE?
Earnings available to
Earnings
equity
available to
shareholders.
equity shareholders divided by value of equity. Yes, and you will be getting same answer. Earnings available to equity shareholders is 11,52,000 divided by value of equity is 46 lakhs. 11,52,000 divided by 46 lakhs. It is 25.04. Which is this. But in this question, I need to show this because they are specifically telling me that solve it by approach. So approach, KE formula I should understand, but I should be very much clear that if I find out by net operating income, then also my answer is going to remain same. Next is this B point. Determine the total market value, same thing. Assuming 40% tax rate. So in this case, we need to add 40% tax rate. So let us do it. A limited, B limited, B is unlevered, A is levered. As I told you, always first solve unlevered. EBIT is 18 lakhs. Interest in unlevered will be 0. EBT will be 18 lakhs minus taxation 40%. Earning after tax will be 10,80,000. Or this is also earnings available to equity share. What is KE already given? 18%. Can I find out value of equity? First I should find value of equity or value of firm. It will be same. Because KO is also 18%. And KD is alright. So if I want to find out the value of equity, I can do 10,80,000 divided by cost of equity, which is 18%. 10,80,000 divided by 18%, which is 60 lakhs. Sir, why we can't find out value of firm directly? You can find out. I told you, if there is a taxation, value of firm will be is equal to EBIT into 1 minus T upon KO. What is EBIT? 18 lakhs into 0.60 divided by 18%. Answer will be 60 lakhs. Value of firm will be 60 lakhs. It is 6 lakhs or 60 lakhs? It will be 60 lakhs. It cannot be 6 lakhs. And value of that in this case is, alright. In this case, we are knowing value of that. Let us first go to levered firm. Yes, because we have found out even KO. Let's go to levered firm. Levered firm, EBIT is 18 lakhs. Interest is 6,48,000. Remaining answer is 11,52,000. Tax of 40% will be deducted. I will be getting answer of 11,52,000 multiplied by 0.6. It is 6,91,200. All right. Let me first go to KE. Can I find out KE? The answer is no, because I don't know the proportion between debt and equity. For finding out equity, I need a proportion between debt and equity. Can I find out value of firm? Yes, because this is given. Value of levered firm is equal to value of a firm. Levered is equal to value of a firm unlevered into debt multiplied by taxation. What is value of firm unlevered? 60 lakhs plus debt. What is debt? Debt is 54 lakhs multiplied by 0.4. This will be 54 lakhs multiplied by 0.4 plus 60 lakhs. It is 81 lakh 60,000. Value of firm, it is 81 lakh 60,000. Value of debt we are knowing, yes, 54 lakhs. So what will be value of equity? Value of firm minus value of debt. 81 lakh 60,000 minus 54 lakhs. 27 lakh 60,000 will be nothing but value of equity. Let me find out KD first. What will be KD? 12% into 1 minus T is 0.60, which is a 7.2 percentage. What will be KE? We are already having a formula for KE. KE will be equal to KE or KO of levered firm, unlevered firm, plus debt upon equity KO minus KD into 1 minus. What is KO of unlevered firm? 18%. Debt upon equity, debt is 54 divided by equity is 27.6. KO minus KD, KO is 18%, KD is 12%. Now you should not take 7.2 because KD, your 1 minus T is multiplied. So it will be dual multiplied if you take 7.2. So here you should be taking 12%. KO is 18 minus 12 is 6%. 1 minus T is 0.60. Let me find out KE. 54 divided by 27.6 multiplied by multiplied by 0.6 plus 18. It is 25.043. Is nothing but KE. 25.043%. Alright. Let me find out KO. KO, again by Modigliani-Miller formula. We are having a Modigliani-Miller formula for KO, which is KE of unlevered firm or KO of unlevered firm multiplied by, this is multiplied by 1 minus debt upon debt plus equity multiplied by tax. What is KE of unlevered? 18% multiplied by 1 minus, what is debt? 54. I am writing in lakhs. 54 lakhs, and debt plus equity is 27.6. No, it is 81.6 multiplied by 0.46, which will be, first this will be multiplied. 54 multiplied by 0.4 divided by 81.6 minus 1 multiplied by 18 is 13.235. Is nothing but KO. And all three answers, this 1, 2 and 3, I have found out by a formula of Modigliani-Miller approach. Let me just verify whether my answer is correct or not. Yes, it seems to be correct. Alright. So this is how we solve a question of approach. Believe me, still I'll tell you, these formulas are lengthy, but they are just conversion of some easy formulas. Like, let me find out KE by net operating income approach. What is KE by net operating income approach? It is earnings available to equity shareholders. What the calculator? 6 lakh. 6,91,200 divided by value of equity divided by 27,60,000, which multiplied by 100 is 25.043. How to find out KO is relevant, that I'll tell you. Value of firm we have found out by formula. KO, we have used this full-fledged formula to find out KO. I can do this. KO is equal to EBIT, but as there is a taxation, 1 minus T divided by value of firm. What is EBIT into 1 minus T? Will be 18 lakhs multiplied by 60, that is 10 lakh 80,000. Divided by value of firm, 81 lakh 60,000. So this is 1080 divided by 8160. It is 13.235, right? 13.235, which is nothing but K. So don't think that these are some new formulas coming out of the picture. It is just extension of net operating income approach, but we have included taxation in it. We have just included taxation in it. We can solve other questions of Modigliani-Miller approach. PNR, PXR Limited are identical in every respect except capital structure. PNR does not employ debt. PNR is non-risky or unlevered. and PXR will be risky. Does not employ debt, its capital structure, whereas PXR employs 12% debentures of 20 lakhs. Debt 20 lakhs of 12%. The following additional information is given. Income tax rate is 30%. EBIT is 5 lakhs. Equity capitalization rate KE, and believe me, whenever equity capitalization rate is given, it will be of PNR 20%. This is dash. All assumptions of Moody Giuliani Millers are met. Find out value of both the companies and weighted average cost of capital. All assumptions of MM are met, so you need to solve it by MM. PNR, PXR. PNR, PXR. EBIT 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs. Interest 2,40,000. This will remain 5 lakhs. This is 2,60,000. Is EBT, year tax rate is that 30%. $2,60,000 into 30%. 78,000 minus 2,60,000, which is 1,82,000. Thus answer will be 1,80,000. This is earnings available to equity share. This is non-risky. I've always told you to find out answer of non-risky or unlevered firm. What is KE in this case? KE is 20%. I will be getting KO. I will be getting KD. How? KO is 20% and KD is 0% because it is unlevered. Let me find out value of equity. Value of equity is earnings available to equity shareholders divided by KE. 3,50,000 divided by 20%. It is 17,50,000. Value of firm will be also 17,50,000. Value of debt will be absolutely alright. I'm going to levered firm. Always tell you value of firm first. Moody Giuliani Miller approach. Value of firm is equal to value of firm of unlevered plus debt multiplied by tax rate. This is value of firm of levered firm. Value of firm of unlevered is 17,50,000 plus debt. What is the debt proportion or debt? 20 lakhs multiplied by tax rate is 30%. This is 6 lakhs. This is 23,50,000. This will be 23,50,000. We also know value of debt. Value of debt is 20 lakhs. If there is value, total value of equity will be 3,50,000. Right? The question says you need to find out by Moody Giuliani Miller approach. I am finding out by net operating income approach. How to find out KE? KE is nothing but earnings available to equity shareholders divided by value of equity. What is earnings available to equity shareholders? 1,82,000 divided by 3,50,000. It is 0.52. It's coming so much. 52%. and it is correct. What is KD? KD we need to find out, otherwise also in the same manner. These are 20 lakhs of 12%. So KD will be 12% into 1 minus 0.30. This will be 6 point. No, it is 8.4. This is 8.4%. How to find out KO? KO is EBIT upon value of firm, but as there is a tax rate, I will be writing 1 minus T. What is EBIT? 5 lakh into 0.70 will be 3,50,000 divided by value of firm. It is 23,50,000. 14.89%. I have found out by MM formula. No, only this I have found out by MM. KE I have found out by net operating income. KO I have found out by net operating income. Still my answers will be same as MM approach. But in examination you will have to use the formula of MM if in some place in question they have written MM. So let me find out KE again, this 52% again. How to find out KE by MM approach? It is KO of unlevered firm plus debt upon equity multiplied by KO minus KD into 1 minus T. KO of unlevered firm is a 20% plus debt upon equity is at 20 divided by 3.5. KO minus KD. KO is 20% and KD is at 12%. That is 8. 1 minus T is 0.70. This will be 20 divided by 3.5 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 0.7 plus 20, which will be 50%, which is the same answer over here, 52%. We have already found out 14.89%. That big formula for KO, Modi, Giuliani, Miller, this you will have to show in examination because they have written somewhere MM approach. KO will be KE of unlevered firm multiplied by 1 minus debt upon debt plus equity multiplied by tax rate. KE is 20% of unlevered multiplied by 1 minus debt is 20 divided by 23.5 multiplied by 0.7. Sorry, it is 0.30. It is tax rate, it is not 1 minus 3. It is 20 multiplied by 0.3 divided by 23.5 minus 1 multiplied by 20, which is 14.89, which is nothing but the same KO we were directly getting by net operating income approach. All right. So practically Modi, Giuliani, Miller approach is extension of net operating income approach, but as we are in academics, if they ask me in MM approach, I will have to find out KE and KO by this method. It is good that you can verify the answer. Always verify the answer of KE. Once you have got 52%, do this. Earnings available to equity shareholders divided by value of equity. Are you getting 52%? If yes, this answer is absolutely correct. This is Modi, Giuliani, Miller approach, the formula thing. Now we will be learning Modi, Giuliani, Miller approach, arbitrage opportunity. That will be doing practically in next lecture.